Okay, yeah. Good morning, Datin. Thank you very much for your precious time and also giving us the opportunity to come into your beautiful office here and participate in our interview here. Okay. Yeah. So kind of birth definitely is a name that associate with elegance, with like your company itself positioning above the rest. That's the market position that that you are having now, actually. Yeah. So first of all, yeah, thank you once again, and also, so let's start the interview by asking your very first question here. So can you briefly introduce yourself? What do you do now, and what are your passions?
Well, I'm Winnie Loo, a Malaysian founder and creative director of A Color Above since 1979. Well, being a founder, naturally, I'm doing a business to begin with. It's all about hair, but not just concentrating on hair. I think Color Above somehow being a very synonymous name and actually actually a household name almost, I would call it, after all these years of brand building. We do more than just cutting hair. We have an academy that trains a lot of people into the market. I think we have been around for 15 years because we believe sometimes whatever we do, we can't bring it away when the day we leave this world, so sharing is caring. So we feel that it's about time to pass on some knowledge. So an academy came into the scene not too long, 15 years ago. So much later, when we celebrated 25 years of A Color Above, we felt something we need to do. And in our group, we have hair, makeup, manicure, even with flexology, shoulder massage. So we incorporated a lot of pampering into our group. Because we feel that sometimes pampering people with just the top and not caring about the rest is still not complete. So we felt that in the years as we grow A Color Above, we started with a dream of just cutting hair and anything beautiful on the top or a bit of the nail and the manicure is good enough. But then we realized that there's a lot more ongoing for the industry of hair, beauty, and grooming. So that's where we decided to do more things. And I must say that my passion has got us going above board. So we have done it pretty proud, and we have sponsored, I think, I can't even, if I have to recall what we have done, we are already official sponsors to international projects of Beauty Queens, Miss Universe, Mrs. This, Asia's Next Top Model. It's like literally you name it, we have done it.
I see.
So yeah, so it's really fantastic, and God willing, I think we still want to do a lot more. I think in this year, especially because we are not many companies last 40 years from a tiny setup. We started with 428 square feet, and now the size is pretty substantial. We are good, but we can't claim we are all over the place. We're not global, but the name is global.
In Wisma HLA, was it?
Yeah, we started at Wisma. We call it HLA. We only 428 square feet, a tiny salon, cozy little salon. But that did not stop me from growing. So that's where up to today we have a good brand owning brands like Restyle, Awaider by Restyle. We have X-Card, we have A Color Above Academy. So our passion has actually made us do a lot more things.
Okay. Yeah. Just on a side note, I recall just now when you mentioned about your passion is in hair, and also because you did mention that a lot of the society, how they view like hairdressing, they don't view it as a good professional trade. But of course, obviously, I don't think so. I think it's a real skill that once you have it, that people can't take it away from you. You can really do something with your hands. Yeah. It's a real skill. So I'm just wondering, just out of my curiosity, has it been changing towards like they don't view it like 30 years ago. They are more accepting, and also people who go and to do this like your academy, they are not really like what you say, the image like school dropouts. Like,
yeah, I think when I first started this, because I stepped into this trade in the mid-70s, and of course, when you tell your parents or even your family that you wanted to stop pursuing academic in university, anything, and you want to do a switch and you want to do hair, I think it's like a big boo-boo and a big like no question mark kind of what can you do out of doing hair. Even after when I came back from UK, I still perceive that people look at it as an really underrated career. And even when you go in social and everything, you say you're a hairdresser. I think then and now, of course, it's so different because I've proven them wrong,
Yeah.
So I think in the early years is, pardon me by saying, there's actually a lot of school dropped out that choose this career because mothers definitely say, oh, as long as you got a way to earn some money, can you just put my daughter as an apprentice, or can you just, because that time we don't really have we don't have a school.
Yeah.
Or what we did is we would just train some people in between our busyness. When we are not busy, we just train them.
Yeah.
So when it's busy, they technically have to wash hair already. So it's more towards apprentice style of training rather than full scale like how we do 1 year, 2 year program. Yeah. So no deny about that. In the early times, it's also because there's a lot of such people stepping into the workforce of hairdressing because of parents felt that the best way to actually give them a comfortable place to work is to have skills. So you see, I am really excited in that sense that how a brand like Color Above have transformed the mindset of many people, turning a traditional business into a lifestyle. What we are having right now is a lifestyle and a vocational, really very vocational kind of business or even schooling, where we even went to vocational school to pick up some student, which is really you want to shake head. Wow, my God, their ability is really bad because they go to a vocational school because they can't study anymore. So from vocational, we have turned this into like a professional career. So that I really have to give a credit to my people, to my Color Above, to the management, not just to myself, to my whole team, who is able to turn tradition to profession, vocational to lifestyle kind of strategy where I look at it. The whole idea we have transpired to make whole people thinking about hair, which is no good, has slowly evolved and changed. And the whole the industry of people doing hair now, if I travel the world, you look at the world of really famous hairdressers, where even of late, when there's so much of technologies that disturb the whole world, whether it's anything is just a press away. But I'm sorry to say, skill will remain and it will be here to stay, because whatever it is, the art and the skill industry is always wanted. To me, it's sunrise. Yes.
I see it exactly that way.
Yes.
Because
hairdressing can never be a sunset business, because you can say, yes, computer is coming in. Yes, I need the computer to key my information that my client came last month. Whatever color that they did, whatever perm that they did, fantastic. I need the computer. I need the digitalization to book the appointment. My client book via, they're coming from New York, from London. I don't care. They book via our email and our computer system. But the minute they sit down on the chair, the importance of how they relate to us is what they want to do. It's my skill and my pair of hands that's only going to be through my skill that they are going to be transformed. So they will not be able to talk to the robot and say, hey, Alina, can you give me a haircut? Yes, what haircut? So Alina may be only be speaking as a robot and tell you that, Michael, you need this look. So there's no EQ, there's no love, there's no, the expression of love is different from our skill.
That's right.
Yes, so I really felt that whatever we do, I am really thankful. Nothing can take the skills away.
Definitely, this is a sunrise industry. Technology, like you say, and AI cannot replace it. And also with the big external factor, the trend, like from Instagram, Facebook, people are more conscious about their appearance, their grooming.
They want to look good, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
And grooming is such a sunrise industry, because I can tell the difference. Like 20 years ago, people who are a lawyer don't care much about how they
now
look.
They look so different.
Exactly.
Even educationists, bankers are all changing.
Exactly.
Yeah, once upon a time they must have a banker look, or a lawyer look. No, now you can't see much, because things change.
That's right.
Because the bosses do not draw a straight line to say, oh, you must come to work this way because you are a banker.
Yeah.
So now.
That's right. So that leads me to my second question. So you mentioned a little bit about, when you were studying, like, the stigma of changing courses, from with parents. So can you tell us a little bit about your childhood years? Any struggles that you might face?
Well, childhood has always been so, I said I have a fantastic childhood. I have a family, or rather, 8 of us as siblings. So with parents around 10, we are a perfect 10.
Okay.
10 of us make up to the family, and I'm placed as a seventh child in the family. Struggles, I would say the very different kind of struggle, because I was a much later birth. My mother says that I thought it's almost jokingly a menopausal child. Because my mom and dad, they are, I call them immigrant from China.
Okay.
Dad is from Guangzhou and mom is from Hong Kong, and somehow after their marriage, and mom lives in Guangzhou, till dad one day suddenly says an opportunity arises and he need to come to Malaysia, and put my mom and my sibling, that means my sister, my elder sister, were in China.
May I know what was the era that they came here?
I think they came in 1930s.
Okay, in the 30s, yeah?
Yeah, I think in the 30s. Yeah. So then it was tough to begin with for dad, and of course the earlier siblings who were brought here and born here. But I was born after when my dad made it. So I always hear struggles. I always hear struggles. So sometimes when we become a little bit pampered and lavished, my elder sister will say something, So jokingly, I always say, I'm sorry, you were born in the wrong era. I'm born in this era, you're born in the other era. So so the only thing is I sort of remember that that kind of very strict kind of brought up was not instilled by just dad or mom. Dad and mom loves her to the drop, because myself and my younger sister, after me, my mom still gave birth to one more, so which is my younger sister. We were very pampered kids. We were loved.
Right.
When we say pampered, we were not spoiled, but we were loved, because we have so many siblings to love, to love us, and also mom suddenly, when everyone is so grown up, this one too so tiny, So I must say that I encounter love and attention.
Okay.
The only struggle I felt then was I have to be obedient to more people, meaning. My eldest brother is like my father. My eldest sister is like my mother. So we are brought in a situation like, wow, there's so much rules.
So many elderly.
To follow. So the way we were brought up is like, before I can eat, it's like possibly people have already eat a quarter of their rice. So it's very traditional.
Okay.
Yeah, 阿公食飯，阿爺爺食飯, or that kind of thing, or that. In that sense that, because I am a Chinese, my family is pure Cantonese, so especially mom is Hongki, So basically, our style is we were trained to be very cultured.
Traditional.
Yes. Yeah. So everyone is called before we can eat.
I think that is good also.
Yeah, it's yes. That's why until today, do you know that until today I practice the tradition which Dad passed on. I want my son, my daughter, or even my daughter-in-law to offer Chinese tea during Chinese New Year, and literally traditional style. I'm so modern. I push this training even to my husband, who's initially not that way.
Yeah.
I said, I like that tradition.
Yeah.
So they will offer Chinese tea to the extent of forgiveness and yes.
Very rare nowadays.
Yes,
almost.
I practice that. I practice tradition because I think early years formation in life is very important. Whether it's a struggle or whether it's a benefit or a good tradition that you want to pass on, I pay credit to my very strong roots in building cultures where Dad and Mom was like the figurehead. So they are so important in my life that I feel that who I am today, that I have brought so much humility and my tribe of goodness and kindness comes basically a lot from them, from
Keep
both of
you
them.
grounded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because my dad, when I was young, I will never forget these childhood years of word that he always remember and he always remind all of us. In Chinese especially, we call it in English translated quite kind of direct. It's called perseverance is a pot of gold. But they say that because you see, when you are Chinese and you can't persevere, how can you see the goal at the end of the horizon, literally like that, When you are able to persevere, success comes knocking on your door.
Exactly.
So from very young, I have that very cultured and traditional brought up, which I love it. So to me, it's never a struggle. I'm thankful.
Right. That's good. That's good. Even nowadays, like life coaches, they say it's commitment, determination, but exactly it's the same thing with perseverance. So what about your teenage formative years, Datin? What kind of students were you?
Oh, active. I am glad that I'm given a lot of authority. As a teenage student, I am I'm a blue house captain. Those days in the field, in the school, when you're outstanding, you're chosen for a lot of things. I was chosen to lead the team in school. I was a school prefect. Almost a deputy prefect because the head prefect wanted me to, but the management board says that, told the head prefect, you are very close to her, and if you are so close to her, boy, you might, it's difficult to run when both you are so close. So I have to put someone which is less close to her to be her deputy. So I was just one of the prefect. I don't mind. I feel that sometimes as long as you have authority in school, whether you are the head or whether you are a prefect, you're still able to deliver a lot of things while you are growing up. Because being a prefect, you have to be a leader by example. I have to behave. Because if I don't behave, you think my Majaya 200 students look at me. Or not just 200 students, the whole school. Just my batch alone, we have 5. I think just my, let's say, on my form is 5 classes. One class is 40. So you don't just take care of your form, you take care of the whole school. So from Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, Form 5. So you literally take care of the whole. So it's like leadership role. I was brought into a teenage formative years that I was taught to lead. And being a captain of the Blue House, I am really active in sport, and I was chosen to be a school swimmer. So I'm driven to achieve, because when you are in the lead role of so many things, you have to be you have to walk the talk.
Perform.
You have to perform. You cannot be, the Chinese say, putri lilin. It's so sunny. I want some shade. Sorry, no such thing. Even if I was classified as dark as an Indian or as a Malay, who cares? So to me, the formative years was, I want to be able to shine. because I felt that way. In those years, I may not really know the word born to shine, I don't know that word. I was just born to commit because I was chosen to lead. So yes, formative years have been fantastic. Mom, dad has always been very supportive, allowing me to do what I want to do. I can cycle to as far as a place called Tanjung Rambutan to, because I'm from Ipoh. I'm from Ipoh. So, and I live like miles and miles away from those kind of holiday resort. I cycle with my bunch of friends to enjoy a picnic. I was like a little tomboy, that kind of thing.
You got a lot of authority.
I was already riding motorbike.
Wow.
Yeah, the minute they approved the age of 16, I was already riding motorbike. Whether you put an L plate. Yeah, I was riding motorbike. I started to drive when I just turned 17. I was really driving around in, and bringing my friends, to places. Even my friend is reminding me, that wow, Winnie, we will never forget those days where, yesterday I have a gathering with my classmates, and they say that you are an exceptional child, and we thank you, for keeping this friendship, even after 40 over years. We left school in 73, and whenever I can, I will still keep up with friends who comes back from abroad. So yes, so I think formative years in life is very important. That is where you sort of still keep that leadership in you, that you keep, I'm with the head prefect and everything who lives in Birmingham. So whenever we meet, we relate back, and we have still got a lot of close niche classmates that still have the, they still look upon us.
Okay. On your artistic side, when do you discover your artistic side? From young. Like
from very young, actually from few years old. So I really touch with all the hair. I think formative years for me is I love to cook. I didn't think I was going to be a hairdresser so soon. I love to go to the kitchen. I can cook up a storm even at this current time. Bring you to the kitchen, you'll be amazed what I can do. I love cooking. I really thought I would go into culinary art. I wanted to go to hotel hospitality. Then in the end, because France need me to study French for 2 years, so I think it's going to be a lot of money for my dad. I was actually a very thoughtful child. And I said, study 2 years of French before I can really do studies. So it's a little bit expensive. So in the end, I sort of realized that I also love clothes. So when I was Form 3, I really went into tailoring. 7 weeks of school holiday break, I went into learning how to tailor clothes. I can learn up to sew jackets. To go into jackets and go into that.
Even at Form 3,
At Form 3. I said, yes, I'm going to be a fashion designer. So I have lots of thoughts. I never waste time. 7 weeks, I always use those time to learn something. To learn cooking, to learn, I always do something. So I don't know why my life is like that.
Amazing. Can use the extraordinary. That's the right word. Can you share with us some major turning points that you have in your life?
Turning points in my life, of course, firstly, when I stepped into hairdressing and started business when I was so young. I started Calabar when I just turned 23. It was like a turning point in my life is commitment. I learned to commit about what life should be, because people are just thinking what to do next. I'm really so committed that I have no choice. I'm in business. Even though my father did not want me to do business so early, they said, why are you in a partnership? Because it's a client who actually convinced me to do business. So I got so committed, and I said, okay, I want to do it. And I convinced my dad that I want to do business. And my dad really think I was too young to do business, because I just came back to Malaysia hardly a year. Because the rest, from UK, I work in UK. I went to Singapore to work for about 8-9 months, came back to Malaysia to work a very short stint. And chance upon me, my client spotted my ability and got me convinced, and I went into business. But since going into business, of course, I'm committed. I'm very committed that it's such a turning point in my life that I literally work my butts up. Really, there is like all the time I'm really like working. But I am glad during this time while I was busy trying to find more clients, I found my husband. I went out socializing in the evening, and I found my husband. I mean, my ex-boyfriend, I call it. So it was fantastic that I found him, and I think I would say he was my second turning point in my life. After I found him and I got married to him, I think marriage got me turning point into another turning point in my life that I got married. So, when you got, in a sense that I am like what Christianity says, that I'm a submissive wife. Even as a girlfriend, I'm kind of submissive in the sense that, I find if God bless me with this gentleman, I think he's meant to be for me. And I sort of, feel it's important. Once you want to make a relationship work, you have to make it work. So between work and everything, so I'm so fortunate that I find a husband. When I got married, he said, "Don't change your surname. I like your Loo." And he allows me to grow, to do what I love to do, because he said, "I think what you are doing is fantastic. I think what you're already in business, and whatever you're doing, actually, it's just stay true to your commitment. If you love what you do, you don't have to give up what you do." So the most beautiful part is from not needed to change my surname, I'm allowed to travel, go in places, doing what I need to do.
Supportive,
yes, very supportive. That time we were very small then. When I got married, when we got married, we're not even big yet. We're not even having a second shop. We're still having a small little shop.
And you found a right combination also, because in terms of business, because your husband is from marketing, right?
Yes. So that time, when he came into the scene, my partner somehow decided at that point of time, while she also need to grow her business, I think she saw the strength in me and my husband combining together. So one day she just opened her mouth and say that, would your boyfriend be interested to help you out? Or over a conversation, or at the same time, my husband also knew that I'm very stressed up, hoping to make appointment just to meet my partner, because her business grew. Her business really grew, and she was doing really, really well. And then in the end, I find she has no time for me. And the business was.
And she know when to part ways.
So somehow we were very blessed in the sense that we had to buy back the business at a premium price, but no choice. But my husband then became my partner. So it's such a turning point in our life. Then after the turning point of meeting him,
what a good combination.
We brought the business, and he didn't really step in as my he stepped in as a partner without really contributing a lot of attention yet, because he was still doing his work. He's busy. He stepped into the financial world. He was hoping to go into the stock exchange. So he's actually very busy himself. So while this business was so tiny and he know that I can run it, he didn't really step into the business until when we opened KL Plaza, my second shop, slightly bigger outfit. I think it was about 1,200 square feet, having 18 seats. That was really when things transformed. That turning point makes him feel that as days goes by, he comes in at 5 o'clock after the market closed. So he said, I think I need to get an little office space, and hire 1 or 2 people to help me run things. So that is where
you start to get involved.
We started to get involved as a part-timer, and So another huge turning point in my life personally, apart from the business, and was motherhood. I gave birth to my son in 88, 88 January. I think that turning point is considered a most perfect turning point in a woman's life. You got business, you got marriage, you got a kid.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes life we need that. We call what is called a perfect woman. A perfect woman is like there's always some people who ask me, can a woman have it all? I said a woman can have it all. It's like you need to be perfect in that sense that you need to go through. You need to go through wedding, a marriage, a good marriage, a supportive husband, having a kid, having a business which is sustainable, and at the same time, how you sustain it, that kind of thing. So that makes turning points in life memorable.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm glad I literally have a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So by the grace of God, and now my son is 31, he already stepped into the family business. So it's like history is repeating.
Yeah.
Got my husband into the business because I know my husband was kind of like the perfect gentleman to help me run this business. Even though he wasn't keen, he didn't want to cut hair. He said, no way, I can't have everything in the same basket. Yeah, this is a 5 ringgit business. I'm not interested. He was doing bigger things then, So, but history is repeating.
Okay.
So now, years later, when my son says, no, I'm not interested in hair business, and now it's also in the family business. And because of him, the family is actually growing into extra business.
I see.
We go into F&B, and then because of my son, we go into many more things. We go into trading.
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
Perhaps one day fashion, because my daughter, I said I wanted to be a fashion designer. I couldn't, right? But my daughter is a graduate in fashion.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, that keeps the fire burning. Yeah. Okay. What are some of your greatest strengths, Datin?
Well, my greatest strength is like I'm a very driven person. I cannot say that I am a go-getter. I'm not like that. I'm not so but I'm driven to achieve. Especially if I know it's achievable. I'm not the kind who's going to force the way if it's not achievable. So my driven purpose in life helps me to achieve more even while I grow and do things that I want. And I am very determined. At my age, why am I doing an MBA? Because I'm driven to achieve it, because it's something I didn't achieve when I was young. This is for my father, I got it. So when so another thing that I'm very focused. When I know I need to do something, I will get it done. So this strength of mine has seen me lasting till today and still doing what I'm doing. Focus in hair, never deviate of my passion. I'm using my passion, my connection, and that means my strength now to grow many other things, because I mentor many people. I have gone into branding business, which is we coach a lot of entrepreneurs to speak up, to shine, to be able to lead. So we do many more things. And I have another 2 other business, which is digital platform, and I'm willing to learn. I'm not a tech person, but I think in life, if you are determined to do something, even if you're zero in tech, you will still have millennial people who is going to tell you, hey, Winnie, you do this, you do this, you do that. I think there is no such thing as you can't, because if you are focused in achieving it, now I have another business, which is the mobile app, digital app. It's just like a dial away, or not a dial away, meaning, you just key something, you can book hairdressers, makeup artists, even dog groomers.
Okay.
So
all at your fingertips.
Yes, all at your fingertips. Is just an application that you just, click. And then, yes, you just check, I want this hairdresser, I want someone to come to my house, come to my hotel. We're going to launch that very soon.
Okay.
And yes, I was just told yesterday by my partners, if you fly Mars this May, Datin, you can see Mars is giving us complimentary on these apps, which the makeover app, just a click away, and we're doing that. And we're going to start roll out soon, I think in May. Yeah, many people are registering with us, and yeah, so I think that is exactly my strength for now, is because of offering a lot of kindness and receiving back. Because yeah, God loves a cheerful giver, and the more time you give to mentor people, you're blessed with many more foes. Yeah.
Great. So, in your opinion, how what would you say, like, some of your weaknesses that you might have?
My weaknesses are, my biggest weakness, I must say, is I have to learn how to say no. I have to learn how to say no, even like a stranger, like your brother, drop an email. And I say yes. So I think my weakness turns out to be sometimes actually it's my my weakness turned out to be my blessed strength, because I don't know how to say no, but I'm blessed with opportunity. I don't know how to say no, but I'm blessed with a business which is global. I'm the co-founder of an Asia Hairdressers Festival. Because we started an association 14 years ago, and my due the respect that I have in a global arena in hairdressing is no one can be more aggressive in Malaysia than a noted person like me in the Asian scene in China. So just because I didn't know how to say no, I was asked to meet this person coming in from China, and they wanted to do something really big. Before I realized that, I said yes, I'll be free for dinner, and I met her, and somehow I came to know that my name came forth from Japan. The Japan, a very leading hair brand, say, if you want to do this kind of association and festival, speak to a lady in Malaysia. If she is willing to help you out, perhaps you can be connected to the Asian scene or the global scene. She is very connected. So, and I met up with this China person 14 years ago, and look at me now. I am globally connected to the Asia arena of hairdressing, and I brought so many global hairdressers, Australia, Philippines, New York, Sri Lanka, India, everywhere you think of it, I brought people over to China, and they have added into the strength. And the current president is Philippines. My very early first batch of international hair students at the Kuala Lumpur Academy. I connect all these people. So, and the Australia ex-president, past president, I would say, past president is also because of my connection. He was doing a program with me in my school. So you see, the India president is also my first batch of international hair student. So you see, so because of my weakness, I must say, my very bad weakness of no, don't know how to say no, has become my strength, had made me one of the most sought of hair figure in Asia. When anyone needs to visit Malaysia, they say, if you didn't visit Winnie, the hairdresser who leads the hair industry, you're like, you didn't visit any hairdresser in the country. So I became the voice. So I don't need many more weaknesses. I think this one weakness is enough to make me who I am. But I turn my weakness into good. So I think in life it's okay if the weakness, because I don't have bad wise, or maybe unless you tell me, oh, my new weakness is like, I love social media, that is the one thing I pray to God and say, God, take this weakness away from me. Can you take this away from me? I rather read a good devotional message than to read somehow anything on the social platform. But then again, sometimes I ask myself, sorry if I do quote because I'm a Christian, right? So I told God, I said, God, I thought it's because of social media, I am able to use my digital platform to praise you, right? So yes, so I'm good. Digitally, sometimes you can use digital platform to do good things.
Okay.
So I'm good. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. People that you want to thank.
Well, definitely my late dad, my late mom, and of course my living husband. Yeah, my husband, my dad, mom have given me, they grew me to be who I am.
Have given you the foundation.
Yes, the foundation, the reminder of a lot of humanity, my humility, doing a lot of things for humanity, and even my doctorate came from because I've been doing a lot of like philanthropic work and also. So I was even conferred all these things is because of what I do, So, but yeah, one day I'm going to study and become a PhD. Yes, I'm doing that after my MBA. Yes, but the thing is, I'm thankful to my husband who grounded me to still remind me and say, "You are Winnie Loo, so you have to walk the talk. You have to do this, you have to do that." I'm mindful. Because I have a husband whose humility is, oh my God, sometimes I just say, look, why you so like that one? You're very rich, but why are you like that? But yeah, my husband is a very humble man. It's just somehow to the extent of making me sometimes if I'm a little off guard, so sometimes he put me back on the track. So I
good combination.
Yes, I pay total tribute to a man like him who's always been so kind, so kind, so kind that he always do things that he feel if he can bless people, so why not?
I think your husband is a very lucky man also because
oh yes, actually to think of it, actually if I have to talk about if he has to be interviewed maybe or something like that, he is actually very blessed that my husband is actually a man of serious poverty when he was young. He comes from a broken home, really, really sad kind of, in terms of the brought up that he have, it's like, that's why he's a very filial son. He lost his mom to the drop, and he told me the day he met me, he said, I'm sorry to place you number two. The number one woman in my life is my mom. And I look at it, wow, I love this kind of people.
Wow. He's a very lucky man in a way because got such an understanding wife and such a successful person, business person, businesswoman at your stature, still talk so highly of him, which is very rare.
Very rare, yes. That's why a lot of people look at it very differently. This one you don't have to write since it's off track. A lot of people say I'm so silly. I'm conferred a doctorate, but I'd rather be a Datin.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
I really feel that the silent, the man, the unsung hero is my husband. My strength and my ability that comes because of what I get. I get in the marketplace in terms of my ability because my office, my everything is so structured, so beautifully managed that a cut above is so rising and our financial status and everything is so strong because there is an unsung hero. The unsung hero has done so much things. He don't even want a single interview. He don't want any media want to interview. He said, interview my wife. Because there's always people who says that behind the success of a woman, there is you. So you are the pillar of her success. Why are you not in the interview? No, it's okay. I shun and shy publicity, and I don't like it. And he's not even on Facebook, not even on social media. He likes zero. So in a sense that because I really feel that, but it's he who actually put a lot of things together because if let's say if I'm married to a husband who is always dominating, not willing to let me grow and not willing to let me do what I can do, I don't think I can be who I am because I will probably end up having a divorce, I will be miserable, I will be this, I'll be that. But it's because of someone who's been thankfully always understanding and allowing me to fly where I want to fly, do what I want to do, Hey, all I need to tell him is, hey, darling, I'm going to be in Jakarta this first. I will be in London on the 6th. I will be this, I'll be that. And he was taking care of the kid. He was bringing them to school. He was doing this. He was doing that. All I need to tell him that I have a job. I have assignment. I was ambassador for brands then. And I have to be in India. The Sultan of the Brunei family is calling me. I have to be in Brunei.
Yeah.
So can you imagine?
Yeah.
If what I went through in my formative years of growing the brand, if my husband had put a full stop and a handbrake, now marriage or work, if my husband said, if you choose marriage, cut off your work, I don't need your money, let's say that. Or my husband said, if you choose work, I'm walking out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be.
But you are also a very good wife to him.
I'm a good planner.
Yeah, because
I know how to be submissive. That's why right at the start.
Exactly.
I was
because
thankful.
I was about to say that.
I was thankful. Wow. That's why I said I saw my mom, because you see, my dad is rags to riches.
That is a lot of what the woman nowadays should learn from.
Yes, the woman today, if I have to do one training to tell them, I do. Whenever I give, whether it's some talk or some inspiration talk, I say, you know what today's woman lack? 忍量. You can't even persevere. You can't even accept faults. You can't even go through.
If you don't believe me, you just see lah. You see how many women would allow the husband to say, you are number 2, my mother is number 1.
They will tell I don't care, send your mother away.
Yeah.
Send your mother to old folks home. Do this, do that. Yes. So I feel that how long more can they live while I'm with them? Maybe 30 years, 20 years, 40 years. Let them live.
Yeah.
My husband want to buy her a house, buy. My husband said, Mom, how much do you need for Chinese New Year? Well, I need 10,000. My husband just give her 10,000. So I will look at it, it's like, because my husband can give, I should be thankful. Yeah.
And also because you are submissive to him, he feel very comfortable. Yeah. Be with you. You see?
So,
nothing to hide, more yet.
So you see, life is such that when you do not force your husband to do something that he don't want to do,
or against his principle.
I don't like your mom to be like that. I don't like your sister like that. He helps his whole family until sometimes I just look at it that way. I just look at him in blurriness. I said, all I need to do is say like that. Why? I think they think you are a tree, the money of the tree that shake, brother so kind. Yes, my husband. Because I said he comes from a poverty home, but my husband really make it. So he will still have siblings, which is not that. So
maybe he feel that in his mindset that is his responsible or something like that. Yeah.
Because he make it.
Yeah. Okay.
So whenever
good wife, good husband.
So
good
you
husband,
see, so you see, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that. Yes.
Okay, that is great. Like I say, nowadays the women should learn from Datin. Well, okay. What would you have done differently, knowing what you know now, Datin?
I will not want to change my whole life now, because I love hairdressing. Okay, I love what I do, but given a choice, if I can turn back the clock, I would definitely want to go through what I went through, study as much as I can, enjoy my uni life, enjoy my uni life, really go through walking in and out of the campus, walk out of Oxford University. I'm doing that now at my old age, right? But it would be so good if I turn back the clock to be able to go through what I went through as a young person, going through all the uni and everything. But thank God I'm doing it at later age.
But if you did that, then there will not be any caliber.
Exactly. That's why I say
too many people will not benefit from your
grooming. That's why I say what I went through is just the journey. It's so beautiful. I will not want to change it. It's so beautiful knowing that what I went through this 40 years of formation and everything of the hair industry and become the lead person in this country doing what I love, I will not want to change a thing. I will want to even my next life cut hair again, you know. Only that in my wild thoughts and my wildest dream, I would like to walk the campus of Oxford University.
Are you going to,
and I'm going to do that. Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that at old age. So I praise God and I said, yes, whatever it is, you can do it, but in a different perspective. With gray hair and with maturity, with wisdom, with knowledge, to be able to stand even one day, wearing my robe and doing everything. And I said, hey, I think this is better because I'm more mature.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to book on to something and graduate in Malaysia and book on a journey and continue some weeks in Oxford. I think that will come.
That would be more interesting. Yeah?
Yes, because I'm able, for now, if I speak to a professor, I'm not a sweet young thing talking, hey, this no-brainer, you don't know how to talk. But perhaps right now, if what I'm doing is even the professor in somewhere, even like right now, the professor said, Winnie, when you present, you give me goosebumps. So, yeah, I think, and my professor said that one day you must do a PhD, that the thesis of what you do is going to be remembered. And the title that he wanted, he gave me a case study, a kind of The Legend and Beyond.
Okay.
Yes. And already giving me a title, that I must do it for my MBA and bringing my MBA to a PhD.
Wow.
And can you imagine? I'm like, what? Can I dream so far? I'm just a hairdresser. Why do a hairdresser be able to have this kind of success story? It's because of my passion, my convictions in bringing something to the next. I don't know how long. So legend, legend and beyond. So beyond means what? The day I leave this world, I think my name will still live on.
Definitely.
The legendary that without soon in my life is a legend. He's a godfather of hairdressing, and I'm glad I've a couple of encounters with him. Where he gave me a book. Now that we met, it meant a lot more. He said that word to me, and I got a chance to meet him at his 80th birthday. He was really weak because he has cancer, but I'm glad. A legend like him. I want to be a legend like him. And I'm going to one day have my final book, my PhD book. Yeah, when I can write.
I mean, you definitely a legend in the Asia hairdressing scene already.
True. Yeah. I mean, I have many books. I have my hair book. I have too many books. Okay. So, I have True Grit and a pair of scissors. So, in the sense that I think it's good that wherever I go, I have a lot of people who really treat me like a legend and admire me who I am. So it's fantastic. So God willing, I will be able to bring this trip to a further level.
Definitely you will, Datin.
Yeah.
Okay, the last question here. Some advice, Datin, that you would like to, to give younger people or people in general who feel lost or hopeless.
Well, sometimes in life, people got complacent at a certain time in their life because either they come across a lot of naysayers, people who will tell them, don't do this, don't do that, you will never be able to achieve. And at the same time, there will be those who are jealous of people who have achieved and tell you that, come on, what are you trying to prove? So you see, most important thing is you have to have your own mindset and a direction. For those people who want to still progress and go further in their life, never give up. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Do not cap your own perceived limit. You are the author of your own life. If you want to create history, understand that history has a lot of failures. All the people who have achieved so much in the history books, in big names. Some people even die only make their name. So if you want to be remembered, always try to tell yourself, you are the author of your life. Don't let people write your story. Don't let people write your journal. Write your own path. Tell yourself, tell your inner self, or tell your young self or your future self, you can do it. Don't give up, because people who give up easily is because they are the one who do not want to push their limits. Because sometimes, have you seen yourself at the peak yet? But you have not. Understand that at the peak of the mountain, that's the best view. But along the climb, along the ride, there's a lot of bumpy roads, bumps along the roads. And even as you climb, you might not be able to gather your breath. Slow down a bit, get some breath, get some air, and you reach the top. The view there, just so beautiful. But of course, when you reach the top, you find you'll be lonely. People may not want to be your friend because you reach the top. I used to say, I'm lonely sometimes, but when the birds of the same feather flock together, what feather are you looking at? You don't need a lot of friends. You need a few good ones who will walk with you.
Real friends.
Your real friends. Maybe you only need 3. The most 6. Why need so many? Those are the people you perceive in the marketplace. They are there for you because they want to ride along your wave. So, yes, when you reach the top, just keep a few good friends. That's good enough.
Yes. And real friends,
True and real friends. That will always stand by you, stay with you, and bring you to the next level. And in life, don't be a fake. Don't fake. Because when you fake, you can't fake very long. Because my sincere hope is to those people who want to achieve. Sometimes if you fake, it will soon be open. Because sometimes sincerity is people looking at you. And especially sometimes when you don't have it, don't try to tell people you are actually an achiever, because it won't last very long.
Exactly. Okay, thank you, Datin, for your time. That concludes our interview. A lot of wisdom in there. So we hope our audience could learn something from Datin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Datin.
Welcome. So is this